Welcome back to our lecture room. So, nandito naman na po ulit ako immediately after our previous lecture about this conjugal property and exclusive property, no? Kasi, ang isa sa mga subscriber natin, yung suki natin na subscriber, nag-request sa akin na, attorney, pakisagot naman po, no? Itong problem ko kasi regarding sa in-offer na property sa akin. Paano ko ba malaman kung exclusive property ito? So, I will continue after this short intro. Stay tuned. So yun nga, katanungan ng ating subscriber, yung suki natin, ito. Sabi niya, attorney, paano ko malalaman kung ang binibenta na property sa akin ay exclusive property? So, gawa natin ng storya, no? Ang nagbebenta ito si John. Ito yung character natin sa last video natin. Binibenta niya ngayon. Sabi niya, well, this is my exclusive property. I could sell it. Hindi na kailangan ng marital consent ng aking asawa. Kung ang buyer naman, medyo kabado siya. Baka nakalagay dyan is married to Jane Reyes, di ba? Sabi naman ni John, no. Hindi yung ba napanood yung lecture natin? Ang lecture doon ni Attorney Batu is that it is just a description of my marital status that I am married to Jane Reyes, and it doesn't mean that Jane Reyes is a co-owner of this property. Hindi ito conjugal property kasi po galing ito sa akin through either mana or donation. Kaya nagpakita si John ng mga papeles na, okay, I'll show you. Mayroon ako extrajudicial settlement with my brothers or siblings ni Wave sa akin. Or meron akong affidavit of self-adjudication dahil ako lang isang heir. Yan yung sa succession side, ha? Or pakita siya ng deed of donation. Donated ito sa akin ng papa ko. These were all done during the time I am married with Jane Reyes. So, kung hanapin si Mrs. ko, akin ito, I can do anything I want. This is my exclusive property. Now, gustong-gusto po talaga nyo bilihin, no? Ang property. And you want to make sure na talaga yung tinatransact mo is exclusive property nga ba naman ni John. And if you will look at the title itself, kung succession, makikita po ninyo dyan, nakatatak po yan sa harapan or sa likod, yung Rule 74 sa Rules of Court na sinasabing may 2-year lien or period within which an omitted heir may contest it or an unpaid creditor may contest it. Meron tayong 2-year lien, makikita nyo yan. But however, hanggang dyan lang pagpakita natin. But ano ba yung documents na ginamit ni John para mailipat ang property sa kanya? Kung sinabi niyang mana, sana yung extrajudicial settlement na ginamit talaga. Kasi baka itong pinakita niyang document sa akin, it may be just his own document. Pero ano ba talaga yung ginamit sa pag-transact, no? Kasi matakot tayo, baka mayroong omitted heir, may unpaid creditors na magko-contest, especially within the 2-year period of lien ng Rule 74. Or kung sa deed of donation ba naman, baka naubos pag-donate, walang ni-reserve na sufficient property yung papa niya, baka i-collate back yan siya, no? Because meron pa palang ibang compulsory heirs. So, yun ang mga questions, no? So, in order to protect yourself po, alam po natin ang pinaka-basic natin gawin. Ang pinaka-basic natin gawin, di ba, is to go to the Registry of Deeds. Okay. Bakit? Para po kumuha po tayo ng certified true copy ng title. Alright? So, ayan. So, meron na tayong certified true copy of the title. But that is not enough, no? Akala kasi natin hanggang certified true copy of title lang ang pwede natin kunin sa Registry of Deeds. Actually, meron pa tayong pwedeng kunin sa Registry of Deeds. At ito yung tinatawag na title traceback and documents. Okay. Ano po ba yung title traceback and documents? Explain ko po sa inyo. Maikli lang so that you will be able to understand it. So, remember si John, 'di ba? Meron siyang title under his own. Kaya nga nakakuha tayo ng certified true copy. Itong title ngayon na kay John ngayon na sinabi niyang either galing sa mana or dinonate sa kanya, ito itatawag na derivative title. Ano ibig sabihin ng derivative title? From the word derivative, it is coming from another. So, merong origin. Kasi derivative lang siya eh. So, ano yung origin niya? Now, kung sinasabi niyang galing ito sa kanyang papa through mana or succession or donation, merong title. So, example, makikita po natin sa title traceback saan po nanggaling, saan yung origin. Ayan. So, if you'll notice, that is under the name of Jonathan Reyes Sr. Okay. So, there you would see that that is a document, the origin of the document, which was the basis for the issuance of that derivative title in the name of John. And this, makita ninyo po, pag hingi nyo ng title traceback, meron po nakatatak na canceled. Yan. Na-cancel siya dahil na-issuehan ng bago. So, anong means or instrument na ginamit sa pag-cancel nito? Pagkaroon siya ng bago, papunta kay John. Okay, so meron ng title si John. But, hanggang dyan, meron pa tayong makahingi pa rin tayo sa Registry of Deeds ng verification or traceback documents, no? And pwede ka nilang bigyan ng mga traceback documents. In fact, ang una mo makikita niyan sa certified true copy is that may entry yan sa likod. Okay. So, anong entry? Example, kung sinabi niyang deed of donation, may entry on deed of donation. Ano ba nakasulat? Okay, I will read. Deed of donation executed by Jonathan Reyes in favor of John Reyes, married to Jane Reyes on October 1, 2021. Entered in the Notarial Register of Notary Public, Raystone, that's me, as Doc 1, page 1, book 111, series of 2021. O yun. Yun ang naka-enter doon sa likod ng titulo. Kung naman niya is that ang nakalagay naman doon na entry is that, ito, basahin ko. Entry number 12345, affidavit of self-adjudication. Example, siya lang isang heir, kaya affidavit of self-adjudication of the estate of Jonathan Reyes, executed by John Reyes, married to Jane Reyes on October 1, 2021. No? Entered in the Notarial Register of Notary Public, Raystone as Doc 1, page 1, book 3, series of 2021. So, more ganyan yung example, no? That is the example. Hindi ko kasi pwede ipakita yung mga documents talaga na dito sa files ng aking mga clients because it's confidential documents. But I could just somehow put there the example, no? Yung more or less ganyan talagang itsura niya. And you could now ask for the documents itself at i-issuehan kayo ng tawag na certified true copy of the documents by the Registry of Deeds. So, ito yung makikita nyo. Kung donation, yan, the deed of donation itself. Example lang po yan, ha? Deed of donation itself, certified true copy, nakadikit yan. Microfilm po. Kasi yung mga documents na yan, lahat yan pumapasok yan doon sa system ng Registry of Deeds at microfilm nila yan. Kaya, ang security paper niyan, certified true copy, makikita mo, meron talagang security bar, meron talagang siyang OR payment made, sino ang nag-request, date, time, etc. No? And it is a public document and can be used in court as an evidence, no? To prove na yan ang ginamit na document sa pag-transfer sa title under the name of, like this one, kay John Reyes. Alright? Now, of course, kung yung affidavit of self-adjudication, yan, pwede, or extrajudicial documents, you could get all these documents from the Registry of Deeds. Yan itatawag nating traceback title and documents. Traceback documents, no? We could secure it. In fact, hindi lang po yan, no? Lahat po nung documents na pinasok doon para magkaroon ng derivative title at makancel yung old title ng papa niya, si Jonathan Reyes Sr., is that makihingi nyo doon. Even, ito even the certificate authorizing registration, certified true copy, mabibigay po yan sa inyo. Alright? So, yun po. And from there, you could read kung really, if it is his exclusive property. Oo nga naman, no? Based from the documents, balikan natin. Based from the documents, nakita nga natin, ito, deed of donation, dinonate nga pala sa kanya. Ito nga palang ginamit sa kanya para i-cancel yung document ng tatay niya at binigay sa kanya. And I think meron man ding reservation of sufficient property, declaration ng parents niya, yung nag-donate sa kanya or sa self-adjudication, talagang siya lang mag-isa. Tapos makita mo yung birth certificate na talagang siya lang isang anak doon because makikita sa birth certificate kung pang ilang anak siya, di ba? So, the number of child before birth, number of child before disbursed o merong second or first, no? Yan, may mga technique yan, no? So, having said that, you will be able to verify and exercise due diligence before purchasing po the property being offered to you. Ma'am, no? Mrs. Subscriber, no? So, ang akin lang is that ito is mga tool po ito, no? Mga bagay po ito na pwede nating gamitin sa pag-verify. But of course, pinaka-importante po natin dito yung instinct natin, no? Yung instinct natin that what we are dealing with is true. Hindi naman masama kung pakilala yung kanyang asawa, but if the asawa is not available, talagang exclusive property niya, and nakita mo nyo naman ang proof, why don't go for it, no? Sometimes you have to take that leap, and basta as long as you conduct due diligence. Yun po ang pinaka-importante sa lahat, no? Alright, so yan, mga documents, no? Yung ICAR na makita mo dyan. So, I hope I have answered your question, and fast lang yung gawa ko just for you, and I will do plenty of videos again, and I think I will go back to the live session, no? Para doon ko na lang sagutin yung mga questions nyo. Live na lang ang tanungan natin, no? And so that I could immediately answer all the questions. Alright? So with that, thank you again. Danke. Sukran. Maraming salamat po. Bye-bye.